This is going to be like an all-day deal. Well, not all day, but I mean the majority of the day. Welcome to the CroftCast, episode 138. Looks to 137 in a minute. But it's nearly 1 year since we started this little show. Some of you have been here from the beginning. Some of you coming on late. But you know what? Either way, we're here. And pardon me, but it's been a year. Almost, depending on when you're listening, watching, whatever you're doing with this episode. Today is the 11th of April, 2021, and we kicked this whole thing off on April the 19th, 2020. Been a year. I was reading through, I knew it was coming up because I got the notification from Squarespace that said, hey, John, we're going to renew your website. And I was like, all right, cool. That means it's been close to a year. All right. So circling back around to that, I decided to go through and read some of the early notes. I'll throw them up here. Just you can go through them. Like I think episode 1 was like none, just winged it, something like that. And we still do that. I do that a lot. I found the prepared comments don't necessarily always. I put down some notes or some things I want to talk about. And I may or may not get around to all of them, just go down whatever rabbit holes there are. But sometimes the more we prepare and the more we try to plan, we try to get things ready, organized, squared away, shit happens. Happened to me this past week and weekend. Planning pretty much for the past couple weeks for those of you that don't know, it's mud bug season. Crawfish are in the air. Maybe I guess you could throw them up there and see where they land, but that's one way to break the shell, I guess. But not recommended. Anyway, so all week long, rounding up a posse. Hey, you're gonna get together. We're gonna go to Majori's and 17th annual Crawfish Festival and enjoy some good company and some food, fellowship. Just have a good time. This is going to be like an all-day deal. Well, not all day, but I mean the majority of the day. Get there around noon. And then had Haley, Zach, Justin, Madeline. We're going to show up around 6-ish or so. So it was going to be a solid day. We're going to meet with the Habies and the Suttons noonish. Suttons were rolling in from Houston, or the greater Houston area. And anyway, I was super excited about it. Had plans. Sometimes other things happen. And regardless of how much you plan, get ready, organize. Things pop up, or in this case, kind of sprung a leak. The radiator, I don't understand why they use plastic on the radiators. Eventually, enough heat cycles on plastic, it breaks. And with the truck approaching the 175,000 mile mark, we've had pretty good luck. I don't want to knock on wood right now because the dogs would start barking. Things somebody's at the door, and we don't have to edit that out. So let's pretend like knocking on wood. Maybe we can stick a log in there. Knock, knock, knock. Anyway, so ran to the store yesterday morning, and then basically got home and was like, wonder where that liquid's coming from. Only so many places it could be. Yeah. And so that derailed my plans a little bit. So I was like, that's okay. I was thinking about taking an Uber up there anyway. It's a little bit of a haul. No, it's let's talk about perspective of geographical locations. And remember on Sesame Street where Grover's like near, far, near, So where I am right now is near to me. Wherever you are right now is probably far from me, but it's near to you. So if you're at your house and I'm at my house and you go, well, that's far away. Not for me, it's not. Oak Hill's pretty close to me. Just throwing it out there. Could be far for some. Well, I don't think any of you live near me, but it's relative. Like, you could be closer than you. I'm pointing like you're different people in different places, so a whole bunch of pointing because there's a lot of people out there. Wherever you are. You're near to you. I'm near to me. How do we even get off on that? Oh, yeah. So I was thinking about taking an Uber because the location is not near me. It's closer to people that live in that area that I know. Anyway, so I was like, well, crap, I'll think about taking Uber anyway. Let me just pop on the Uber app and give it a look. Because I don't feel like driving the truck with a busted radiator up there. And most of the shops are closed on Saturdays and Sundays or close early. By this point, it's getting close to 1 o'clock. I'll let the dogs out one more time. Come back in. Reload the Uber app. The price that was before 5 minutes when I walked outside with the dogs, exercise them a little bit, I think it was like $38. Didn't screenshot that. Pull the app back open. It refreshes. $75 and change. I don't like crawfish that much. $75. One way. So then I refresh it a little bit later. It's gone down like $45 or something. And it's like, but there's no cars available right now. I was like, well, daggone, man. Like, hey, even if I want, okay. So, pulled the plug on that. So I had all of these plans made. And again, make the best plans that you can. Then have contingencies. And sometimes you got to pull the plug on the contingency as well. But really, I don't know. Maybe like over the past year, some of the things that I've maybe realized is I've been decompartmentalizing versus everything before was super compartmentalized. It's still I'm not putting it away and burying it. I'm taking it apart, reorganizing it, decompartmentalizing. So taking things out of the box, getting it out there, talking to people. Nearly for a year at this point, been talking to you guys. Number of topics. And it's helped me, and it helped some of you. I've gotten the feedback, and then once it went to the video, then you could watch, you can see John, you can see the dogs, they pop into the background. So while it hasn't changed that much, I think in going back and reviewing some of the notes and topics, what was going on at the time. Remember, training squirrels. We were had robbed the robot. He was, and then Rob and the dog were in cahoots with one another to. They had the Stonehenge ball hinge kind of thing. What was that? I don't know. Just a number of topics early on that were just like random stuff around the house because nobody knew what was. Nobody knew. Somebody knew. Somebody knew what was going on with the Chinese virus, the coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever you want to call it at the time. But a year ago, and that was before we even went into a lockdown, but nobody knew exactly what was going on. Again, somebody knew, somebody knows. But was it really contagious? I mean, like, do we really need to disinfect everything? Will the sunlight kill it? Once we get into summer, what's that going to be like? And then here we are, a year later. Now, I've been doing fewer and fewer of these shows for a number of reasons. But really just trying to make the content the best that it can be. Circling back to episode 137, he's like, well, John, I didn't ever see or hear episode 137. Well, I did record the show, edit the show, produce the show a week before I'm doing this one. 137, it was, I don't want to say it wasn't dark. It was, anyway, it's available in limited viewing capabilities. If you want to see episode 137, you're going to have to contact me directly and I'll send it to you. But if you don't, if you've skipped out by this 11-ish minute mark on this CroftCast and you're not listening to what I'm saying, you're not ever going to know really about episode 137. It has to do with the benefits of a good massage. Or, as Inspector Clouseau would say, you'll have for me the massage. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pop on out of here. Appreciate you guys. For the past year, having been something that I could go to, and I could be something that you could go to, turn to, one, when there was limited entertainment out there, two, just for the mental sanity check, checking in with one another, seeing how things are going.